What's up, you guys? How y'all doing? So this video is on, you have to forget about the past, because the past does this thing where it tricks you into thinking that it was better than it truly was. This is the strange thing, like our memories, and I heard this somewhere, I can't remember what book I heard it in, but our memories are literally low-key fake. You're remembering a lot of stuff slightly incorrectly. And your brain is convincing you that your past is better than your present, and that your future is going to be worse than your present. This shit happens a lot of the time when it comes to just life in general. It's like daydreaming about your past and present can literally ruin your future. And one big thing I would say is to let go of your past and just move on, and don't worry about your future. You know, stop thinking about that. Stop making these fake scenarios that aren't even real, that are all lies for your future, because you don't know what your future holds. And to stay in the present, stay in the now. You know, focus on your life in this moment is better than trying to change your future when you don't even know what your future is going to hold in it. You know, creating but yeah, you don't want to be in a mental prison on thinking about your traumas and your drama for the past, because it's two different things. Some people, it's like their past fools them into not enjoying their future, because it's like your brain is remembering the past in a positive light. But then there's another thing where it's like your past, you're reminded of the horrible things that have happened in your past, and that's ruining your future. So the best thing you could do is just get rid of caring about that shit so much, because it really doesn't matter. And also understand that no matter how much planning you do, no matter how much, things that you do to try to create the perfect future for yourself, you never will know what happens in the future. You don't know what happens. So no matter what type of fake scenarios you create in your head, or what you believe you want to happen, or what you believe will happen, all you're doing is just kind of setting yourself up for failure. Now, don't get me wrong. You should still plan. Like, for example, plan out, like, if you need to pay your rent. You know, if you end up losing the job or something, you want to pay your rent in advance, stuff like that. But also realize you never know. Shoot, the house you live in might freaking burn down or some crazy shit, is all I'm saying, you know? So it's like, yeah, you should plan out certain stuff like that, but you shouldn't believe like you know exactly what's going to happen in the future, because you don't. You know, you do not know what will get in the way of future events. You know, you don't know. All you know is that the future changes a lot. It's kind of like the Dragon Ball Z Trunks effect. It's like, yeah, you could try to change the past, but you're only changing the future in a certain timeline. You're not changing your future, because it already happened. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Trunk effect. You know what I'm saying? The Trunks effect. You know. But that's all you can really do, is just, you should plan things out that are important, like paying your mortgage, paying your rent, all that good stuff, paying your car note, stuff like that. But when it comes to other things, that's not living, like you think, oh, I'll never find the right person, or, oh, I'll never get that amazing job, or whatever, or you thinking, oh, I will get it and shit. It's like plan to try to get it, but if you don't get it, it shouldn't be your only plan. I mean, you should have like plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, all the way to Z. That's how deep your plan should be. I don't know if I don't know if y'all heard that. I don't know if a freaking possum just ran away from my foot, or if that was a jackrabbit. That shit was huge. What the hell was that? I don't even know what that was. That thing was huge as fuck. And the irony of it is, I ain't even freaking scared of it, because I see so much big shit like that all the time, to where I'm just like, eh. I mean, there was one time I was literally walking home, and I saw like 10 raccoons like right next to me. it's to the point now I really do not give a fuck. Cause it's just like I see it so much. I see so many different Pokemon on my journey, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even be tripping, you know. But I mean that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. You know. So it's like, yeah, you should plan. I guess a better way to say it is you should plan for your future, but you should not expect your future to go a specific way, a certain way. But you should plan for, you know, you should have contingency plans like Batman. You know, you should have like 40 different plans. Like, okay, this didn't work, what about this? Okay, this didn't work, what about this? That's how it should be, you know. But yeah, man, that's what it is. It's like you can't use your past traumas, your anxiety from the past. It's like you're still thinking about a nigga who bullied you when you were in like 8th grade and shit. It's just like, really, bro? You know? It's like you're a woman and you're still thinking about that one time that girl called you a bitch in the hallway and like kicked you or whatever. It's like you're still thinking about that, really. And it's like, yeah, it's like you know, I can understand why that bothers people, you know, because I still think about the past a lot. It's not really, not super resentful. It's like sometimes it is, but it's like for the most part, I've gotten to a point where I kind of just ignore that shit and zone it out as best as possible. Like, because I'll keep having all these dreams about like old apartments I lived in, and you know, back when I was in like freaking like, what was it, like 5th grade to like 8th grade. No, it was 3rd grade to 8th grade. It's like I'll think about those apartments I lived in. I'll think about the apartments when I was like 7 or whatever. The apartments when I was like 6, and then, but it's like now, it's like I move past that shit. It's like I'll have dreams about it or something and think about it and just keep moving and stop thinking about that shit. I just be like, I don't give a fuck. It's like I'll think about it, but I don't care about it. And then over time, it's like it kind of slowly is disappearing because I'm still like in the process, you know. Like, I'm telling y'all about this, but at the same time, I go through the same shit. Like, as human beings, we all go through the same shit. But I'm going to say 70, no, not 70. I would say a more rough estimate would be like, I've about 45% got rid of doing that shit, which is good. That's a lot. You know, that's good. And, you know, I'm going to do way more videos than this, but this one's kind of just like a little chill little video while I'm walking that I want to give y'all. And there might be a part 2 or whatever, but, you know, don't be so obsessed with like, you know, like stressful emotions from your past. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, it's fun to kind of like remember the good times. I mean, that's okay. Like, you can remember the good times, but don't be stuck on, oh my gosh, that one girl when I was like 15, she rejected me, boo-hoo, wah, wah. Like, don't do that. And like, and if you're a girl, you're like, oh my gosh, that one guy, he slapped my ass when I was like 12, and it's like, that's still affected. It's like, get over that. And even if it's something big, I'm not saying that your feelings don't matter, but I'm saying don't dwell in it. Don't drown in your own personal hell, which is your mind, you know, and your imagination. Because the imagination is demonic, man. I heard that somewhere. That is so true. Imagination is demonic sometimes, you know. But, yeah, man, it's like, you know, you don't want to dwell in that type of stuff because it just doesn't help you in any way. You also don't want to be using that as an excuse to not actually live your life, you know. And if you genuinely can't get over that shit, turn that shit into art. You got that much trauma and drama and anxiety and stress and suicidal thoughts and tendencies, then it's like turn that into like some paintings or turn that into like a fantasy novel or something and make you some bread. Don't just be living in your own personal hell without making freaking money. That's what I would say, you know. But don't allow that to be, you know, what guides you all day, what guides your week, what guides your month, what guides your year. You should not be sitting there thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, man, I remember back with that group of guys, man. I used to hang out with that group of guys and they all called me a bitch that one time or whatever, or, you know, stuff like that. It's like you got to get over that. It's like it ain't that deep. You know, it really isn't that deep. And once you let go of that stuff, just like Android 16 said in Dragon Ball Z, go on, let it go. That's some real shit. You need to go on and let it go. Because it ain't that damn deep. It's not that serious. Even like one thing I respect about certain people is some people will be in like how do I explain it? Well, like work somewhere, right? Like they'll work at a job, but it's like it's not hard for them to leave that job and move on to a better one. Like, I respect people like that who can, okay, I worked here for 3 months, now I can move to this one. I have no attachment to any of the people that work there. You know, I don't feel bad or sad that I left. That's a good thing. You know, all these like unnatural attachments and all this overly, you know, big bonding for people that you don't even like. Because people do this shit, they like bond with people they don't like. I can't tell you how much I hear people talk mad shit about people that they act like they're cool with. Because like motherfuckers will hang out with each other all day long, giggling at each other's jokes, hugging each other, and acting like they're having a good old time, right? But then when they talk to me personally, they'll be like, man, I'll keep it real with you, I don't even like that motherfucker. I'm like, huh? I'm like, that nigga be sitting in your car. I'm like, you don't like old boy, but you let him sit in your car and you hang out with him and you call him on the phone and you talk to him for 5 hours straight and tell him all your